Story time. So, during my youth, around 14 all the way to 17, I got really interested and really hooked on a lot of drugs, specifically in those, the hallucinogenics, the shrooms, the acid, the DMTs, all that. So one story in particular, one decision in particular that ultimately impacted the rest of my journey through life was 2012 to 2013. Okay, so check it out. So I was in Brazil with my family, and there was a party going on with my cousin. Parents decided, okay, why don't you invite your son to go? Like, okay, you should totally go to this party. I was like, nah, I'd rather be introverted, I'd rather not go out. I said, fuck it, alright, you guys convinced me, I'll go. As I got in the car, he looks at me, he's like, bro, do you want to trip balls tonight? I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm always down to trip balls. Like, dude, for real? So we get to the hotel we were all posted at, right? It's like 4 stories high, it's just kind of fancy, dandy, nonchalant hotel, you know? 1 bedroom, blah, 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 blah. It was like 10 people, 15 people all gathered around. So I'm already getting high, just puffing, taking puffs. He calls me over, he's like, yo, dude, check this out. Pulls out a full sheet. He's like, how many taps? I was like, dude, give me 2. I was like, all right, handed him the cash, and I was like, all right, there we go. I popped 2 in my mouth at once. They're like, dude, you're fucking crazy. You never do that. I was like, dude, I've done this before. Dude, I got it. Ego got in the way. I said, fuck it, I can handle my shit. Not knowing what was to come. Bam, took a huge leap. So about 20, 30 minutes in, I'm feeling it. I'm like, dude, this is nothing. This is some pussy shit. Whatever. It's not, I'm not even feeling anything. I'm just feeling the buzz from the joint we just smoked. I said, dude, give me 2 more. So I took 2 more, and they're like, all right, bro, it's your funeral. So I was like, all right. I took these 2 more, and had I waited, it would have been fine. But this decision alone, out of all the decisions made that day. Alright, so this is ultimately what happened. So I'm feeling it, I'm getting good, I'm getting good vibes, I'm feeling it come up. I'm outside with a lot of people, in this like kind of courtyard, it's packed, everyone's getting drunk, everyone's getting plastered, everyone is probably already tripping balls. It's New Year's, right? 2012, we didn't die that year. 2013, we're coming up. So, essentially, I went into a bizarre state which I've only experienced one before. I experienced it multiple times afterwards. Before. And it was a state of separation where every single person had an individual story, and every single person had its own energy field, and every person had their own connection. And that I was kind of stumbling through this purgatory-like state, trying to find my attachment, my buddies, my soulmates, whatever you call it. And I'm in a high state of anxiety. There's a lot of people. I'm starting to panic. I was super shy and inconfident at that time in my life, that period of life. I was super insecure about everything. All right? Which, mixed in with the hallucinogenics, mixed with a lot of people, not a so good formula. So, started walking around. I started getting the creeps. I was like, dude, I'm not feeling too good. I went up into the room, and with one of the guys I was with, he takes off his shirt just like so aggressively, and I was like, dude, this guy's literally going to like sexually harass me. I was like, dude, I'm gonna scurry to the bathroom. So I scurry to the bathroom. I look over to my left, and there's just all these fishes just chilling. And I was like, dude, instantly, every time I see an aquatic animal in my trip, I'm like, dude, something's about to go deep. So I'm staring at myself. I'm pulling the Jimi Hendrix, just staring at myself, just wide-eyed, which is, dude, you're going in. You're going in when you start doing that. I come out of the bathroom, I'm like, all right, I got my shit together. I'm out the bathroom, and this is when it hits. This is when all 4 tabs just fucking just nuts. My mind just opened up, right? So we sit down in the circle, and we're all just telling stories about our lives, right? And it got to me. And when it got to me, it went to this weird, it was already fucking weird. I was tripping balls and ass anyways. And it got to this point where I saw the fundamentals of life, how everything was essentially a wheel. And when we get to the wheel, we must either step up or fucking be eaten alive. So I didn't step up. I was like, fuck this shit. So I stepped back out and I started dancing. I just started doing this shit, you know, just back and forth. Not knowing what I was doing, but subconsciously. So, brother, he looks over at everyone's like, oh, dude, everyone's chill. He does this all the time. He's just weird like that. Bro, at a subconscious level, doing this, I was traveling back and forth. I was literally traveling through different past lives, and I was traveling from one place, and I saw myself with a bunch of feet walking by. I look up, I'm just on the sidewalk, you know, homeless, just asking for money, but no one's giving a shit. The state of loneliness is like state of pure forgottenness, that no one, just nothingness, state of just pure darkness. And keep in mind that throughout the whole entire period of this trip, my iPod was blasting Vital Remains, some death metal. It got dark. So then I shot back in, and then I found myself back in Japan, back with these oriental colors that were just kind of pastel, like almost like these, but it was a mixture of these greens and just like yellows. These colors that no one really thought fond of. You know, people were just like, oh, these are hideous colors. No one really. I went with it, you know, I was going with the trip. At this point, I had no recollection of the physical world. So then it shot me back into, I guess you can say, a future, you know, shot me back into the scene where I was going up the staircase and I was about to get married with the person I was in a relationship with at the time. And I looked at her, and then immediately I was like, dude, this is not a good idea. I dipped out. It was either her or myself. We ran out, and as we ran out, a car swooms by and just at this point just runs us over and just death. At this point in the trip, I found myself in a state of just walking. As if we were to close your eyes and just ride a horse without our legs, and we're just walking. You know, almost like you're just shaking yourself, right? You're just kind of walking and walking and walking and walking and walking and walking. And I looked over and everyone was like, dude, you can't walk too much, man. And I was like, fuck it, I'll go all the way. I went all the way to the end of the light. And this is where state I've never been before. This is the first time I've ever experienced in this state. And then I saw myself in this dark room. It was all red, just playing guitar, in the state of loneliness, the state of just misery, the state of not wanting to be present in this dark imprisonment of my life. And at this point, I was pretty much saw the life that I was headed towards if I would continue to do the actions that in my everyday life, if I continue to do what I was doing. I was like, I saw where this was leading to. So as I continued walking, I went to another scene, which was me in the 3rd grade and me making a huge conundrum that happened. And me making just the biggest scene, someone just stepped on my foot, and I was just reliving that moment, which traumatized me. So I was reliving that moment, and I started yelling out 7 deadly sins, just bandering, just in my trip. And this was physically happening. And in the physical world, what was going on, I was yelling, just literally losing my mind. And as I'm yelling this, I'm on the ground, you know, as if I was like dead, as if I was like getting arrested. Just on the ground, and the people in the room were all just like keeping me down, keeping a pillow in my face, suffocating. So I was just fighting back, you know, in a physical state. But in the mental state, I was just out. I was walking with Jesus essentially at this point. Which, I'm not religious, but I was essentially just walking towards a beam of light. I was essentially just walking, right? So they start picking me up, and they take me downstairs, down the, like, 10 flights of stairs I was in this hotel. And at this point, my body's doing this weird, the pathway of my digestive system. At this point, I was essentially traveling through my chakras at this point, from the red, from the low to the sexual energy, and through the digestive system, up into the cosmos. So I found myself in the car. I'm not sure if this guy was even present physically, but this guy with dreads come up. He looks over and he's like, everything's gonna be all right. In this weird, bizarre, as if this deja vu, as if I've been here, as if I knew that I was about to be abducted by aliens. I just knew it, right? So I'm in the car, They take me down to the hospital. Not aware that it was a hospital. Like, they throw me. They just leave me. They're like, all right, dude, take this dude out. This dude's losing his fucking mind, dude. You gotta help him out. So, as they take me, I saw these beings came up with his big googly eyes. These gray beings just came up, and they're looking at me. As soon as I made contact and realized that I was being abducted, soon as I caught focus on that, my mouth opened up, and as I injected the needle to calm me down, it went through my body, and my eyes literally came through my mouth and shot back into my body, just straight down, as if I was falling, just straight down into my body. And I woke up, just straight woke up, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? They interrupted my trip, was essentially what interrupted the trip, which at that point, I woke up not knowing what the fuck had gone on. And I look over to my dad, who was just present out of nowhere. He was just there, and he was like looking me in the face, and I was like, dude, I was still tripping at this point, but like mildly. I was like, dude, I gotta go back to the hotel, man. Like, where's everyone at? Just like trying to leave, just like in these hospital clothes. They're like, where are you going? And I was like, dude, you gotta go back. And he's like, dude, it's 6:30 in the morning. Everyone's asleep. There's no way. And I was like, dude, I gotta go back. So they take me into the car, and I just slept I slept like a cat for 18 hours. I woke up still kind of high, with my mom looking at me, and I was like, dude, that was the most insane trip of my life. I had no recollection of anything, and I could not piece together what went down on this trip. I could not describe it to anyone. It wasn't until years later, about 3-4 years later, where I began to dissect it into a more deeper state, which I'm going to get into a different video because it's already gone too long in this one. Whew. Well, if this was of any interest, click like and subscribe. If you have any comments, share them. If you have any feedback, share them. And I hope this was entertainment. You know, this was my experience on 4Tabs and having essentially a bad trip, as you would call it. Alright, till next time, thank you for watching if you watched the entire video. Till next time, done.